It all began silently, not with a declaration of war, but with a single click. Then another and another. The nature of control shifted. It left the physical world, the cold stone temples and subterranean chambers of old secret societies, and it found a new, invisible stage, the very screen you are looking at right now. Have you ever felt it? That strange digital pull, a sudden impulse or idea that doesn't feel entirely like your own. In 1998, long before the world was consumed by social media, a rumored internal document from a group known only as the Ordo Aeternum first mentioned Project Synapse. This wasn't a weapon of steel, it was a weapon of code. They described a hidden technology, a system capable of mapping human emotions, not through interrogation, but through online behavior patterns. They weren't just watching what you did, they were learning why you did it. Since that day, every click, every like, even the moments you just pause to look at, something has been feeding an algorithm that doesn't just predict your next move, it suggests it. This is the new architecture of mind control. It's subtle, it's pervasive. Did you notice how certain symbols or fringe ideas suddenly appear everywhere, just when you're most receptive? Almost like a digital ritual, designed to guide your attention. What you'll discover now may change how you see the world. What is really behind this apparently harmless technology? Is Project Synapse still active, or has it evolved into something more powerful? Tonight, we pull back the digital curtain. We will explore the invisible architecture of control and expose the modern methods of these ancient societies. If you are ready to see the code behind the curtain, write in the comments, "I see the digital strings," and be sure to subscribe. Join us as we uncover the truth that has been hiding in plain sight. Because what they planned next goes far beyond simple clicks and likes. This new form of manipulation operates in a language most of us were never taught to read, a language hidden in plain sight, encoded directly into the content we consume every single day. Look closer. Behind the viral videos, the memes, the global trends, there is a pattern, a deliberate insertion of ancient codes. These are not just artistic choices, they are hidden symbols, vibrating with a hidden power that speaks directly to our subconscious. Have you noticed them? The subtle flash of an inverted triangle, the geometric precision of an app icon that too closely resembles the ancient Eye of Horus, the familiar, weaving pattern of the intertwined serpent, reappearing in digital logos and fleeting advertisements. These are the fingerprints of the unseen. These symbols are ancient. They are potent. They were used for centuries by secret societies to communicate, to focus intent, and to conduct occult rituals designed to influence the masses. We were told these were relics of a superstitious past, artifacts of forbidden knowledge long since abandoned. Yet, here they are, resurrected inside the most advanced technology humanity has ever created. This is not a coincidence. This is the core of their modern dark agenda. Independent researchers, the ones brave enough to look past the official narratives, have found alarming connections. They discovered disturbing overlaps between the data architecture used by major tech platforms and the registered ritualistic patterns documented by shadowy groups like the Societas Hermetica in the 19th century. Think about that. The same structures used in forgotten occult rituals are now embedded in the code that delivers your daily news and entertainment. This is the central mechanism of the new mind control. These hidden symbols act as emotional synchronization keys. They are triggers. When you see one, even if you don't consciously recognize it, a part of your mind does. It bypasses your critical thought. It's a form of psychological influence refined over millennia, now amplified by algorithms that reach billions in an instant. They are tuning us, aligning our emotional states, making populations more receptive to certain ideas, and more hostile to others. They are creating a digital echo chamber, but the walls aren't built with code you can see. They are built with symbols you can feel. This is the forbidden knowledge they use against us, turning our own history, our own collective archetypes, into weapons of compliance. But that's only the surface. Let's go deeper. Why this specific method? Why go to the trouble of digging up these ancient codes when they already have sophisticated AI and behavioral data? Because technology alone is not enough. They need something more, something that taps into the very source of human consciousness. The truth is, these symbols don't just influence thought, they are meant to influence reality. The greatest conspiracies are not about politics or money, they are about perception. By embedding these ritualistic keys into the digital stream, they aren't just trying to sell you a product, they are trying to synchronize the global consciousness, to subtly steer the direction of human awakening, or perhaps to prevent it entirely. What is the real purpose of reactivating these thousand-year-old symbols inside our modern code? Because these ancient codes, these hidden symbols, they are not the endgame. They are the fuel. They are the inputs for a system far more complex. A system designed not just to influence, but to preempt. As early as 2012, confidential reports, leaked from backroom servers, mentioned a chilling concept: the digital collective brain. This wasn't just science fiction. It was a design specification, a neural network, a form of the unseen, engineered with a singular goal: to predict human decisions before the human mind even makes them. This is the apex of psychological influence. It's where the forbidden knowledge of the old secret societies merges with the cold, processing hidden power of artificial intelligence. This system, this digital brain, it operates through the behavioral algorithms you interact with every second. It doesn't just see that you stopped scrolling, it analyzes the way you stopped. It measures the hesitation, the slight tremor of your thumb, the dilation of your pupils reflected in the screen. It translates your deepest emotions, your hope, your fear, your spiritual longing, into cold, hard, mathematical data. And this data, this emotional blueprint of your soul, is then fed back into the system. This is the heart of their dark agenda. They are not just collecting information. They are using this data to adjust you, to fine-tune your mood, to calibrate your beliefs, to gently, invisibly steer your sense of faith. Every scroll you make, every swipe up, is not a choice. It is a calculated micro-decision, a subtle, engineered stimulus, inserted into your feed at the precise millisecond your mind is most vulnerable. A post designed to make you angry, followed by one designed to make you feel validated. This is the new digital occult ritual, a constant, low-level hypnotic suggestion. They are shaping who you are, one pixel at a time. This is the truth of modern manipulation. It's a quiet war for your autonomy. If you are awakening to this, if you feel this psychological influence and choose to reclaim your own mind, write in the comments, "I will not be controlled." Because this is the critical question. This is the revelation we must face. The algorithm has moved past simply understanding our emotions. It has learned to manufacture them. It knows what combination of images, sounds, and hidden symbols will induce a state of fear, or apathy, or passive agreement. We are no longer just users. We are nodes in a network. And our consciousness is the resource being harvested. These conspiracies are not just theories. They are business models. The old secret societies dreamed of this hidden power. But today's tech titans have achieved it. They have built a machine that doesn't just read the soul. It writes the code for it. But if this technology can already shape our emotions, what is the final step? What happens when this mind control moves from the digital screen and into the physical world? That is the question that leads us from the shadows into the heart of the machine. The digital screen was never the final destination. It was the training ground. The real goal, the ultimate dark agenda, was to create an alliance, a fusion between the hidden power of the old secret societies and the cold, scalable intelligence of the new machines. This is not a theory. This is the truth that independent investigators have been piecing together for years, often at great personal risk. They found the connection. Around 2015, the lines between these ancient groups began to blur. We're not talking about rivals. We're talking about a merger. The Fraternitas Occulta, keepers of the forbidden knowledge of emotional alchemy. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Web, masters of symbolic manipulation. And the remnants of the infamous Tavistock Institute, pioneers of mass psychological influence. These groups, long thought to be separate players in the great game, formed a new, unified network. They call it Project Eve, and its stated purpose, found in encrypted documents, is to redefine global consciousness. But that's only the surface. Project Eve is not just a think tank, it is an operational system integrating deep occult rituals directly with machine learning. This is the grand revelation. Anonymous sources, insiders who could no longer live with the secret, have described what they call technological rituals. Imagine entire server, farms, the physical brains of our digital world, being consecrated, not with holy water, but with ancient codes and specific low-frequency sounds, broadcast 24/7. They are performing occult rituals on the technology itself, creating a bridge, a permanent, stable connection between the unseen mystical plane and the digital one. This is the next level of mind control. The hidden symbols we see on our screens, the algorithms that study our souls, they are just the tentacles. Project Eve is the mind. They are encoding their dark agenda into the very infrastructure of our reality. These conspiracies are no longer about men in smoky rooms. They are about code and frequency and intent. They are using forbidden knowledge to blur the line between a program and a prayer, between an algorithm and a curse. This alliance, this unholy marriage of secret societies and silicon, is turning technology into the new temple, a temple we all worship, whether we know it or not. The question is no longer just if they can control us, but what are they building? What happens when Project Eve, this hybrid consciousness, finally, fully wakes up? And this hybrid consciousness, this Project Eve, it doesn't announce its awakening with thunder. It wakes up by quietly, meticulously rewriting the world around you. This is the final stage of manipulation. It's no longer just about what you see, the hidden symbols and the curated posts. It's about what you don't see. It's about what you are prevented from ever finding. This is the truth behind the invisible walls of our digital world. They call it content moderation, algorithmic curation. But these are just sterile words for a very old practice, indoctrination. This is the modern digital form of censorship, and it is the most effective mind control tool ever created. It's a precise surgical selection, not just of ideas, but of people. A silent judgment passed down by the unseen, deciding what must remain visible and what must simply disappear. This is the true dark agenda in action. It's not loud, it's not violent. It is a quiet, digital forgetting. Think about it. The voices that question too much, the researchers who get too close to the forbidden knowledge, the people who start to connect the dots between these secret societies and their hidden power. They aren't arrested. They aren't silenced in public squares. That would create resistance. It would prove the conspiracies were real. No. A much cleaner solution is used. They are pushed into the digital shadows. Their content is deprioritized. Their messages are flagged by anonymous systems. They are algorithmically erased, pushed into an oblivion where only the most dedicated will ever find them. Their revelations, their truth, is buried beneath mountains of authorized noise. And while this happens, the authorized are narratives. The stories crafted by these modern secret societies and their machine partners are amplified. They are pushed to the top of every feed. They are presented as the consensus, the undeniable reality. This is the psychological influence at a global scale. The result is a new form of reality itself, a synthetic consensus, molded not by human discourse, but by forces operating from the shadows, strategically programmed to guide the collective. This is the perfection of mind control, a world where the truth is not illegal. It is simply invisible. It's a reality where the ancient codes of control are no longer needed because the system itself is the code. It begs the question, can freedom of thought even exist when every single piece of information, every spark of potential awakening is filtered by this invisible hand before it ever reaches you? This filtered reality, this synthetic consensus, it feels total. It feels inescapable. And that is the final manipulation, to make you believe that all resistance is futile. But even in the most sophisticated systems of mind control, there are always cracks, glitches in the matrix. And from within those cracks, a new truth is beginning to emerge. Despite the digital silencing, despite the very real risks, a resistance is forming in the shadows. Groups of researchers, ex-members of these very secret societies, whistleblowers from inside the tech monoliths, they have started to leak fragments of forbidden knowledge. These are the revelations they were never supposed to share, and they all point to the same startling conclusion. There is a flaw, a bug in the system, a breach in the digital collective brain. But this flaw isn't in the ancient codes or the AI. The flaw is us. It's the human consciousness. They claim there is a gap, a tiny, uncodable space between the digital stimulus and the conscious mind's response. A space that allows us to resist the programming. This is the awakening. It is not a passive event. It is an active, defiant choice. This breach, this hidden power, is activated simply by looking, by observing with focused, conscious attention, the very things designed to be passively consumed. It is the act of seeing, really seeing, what once seemed common. When you see the signs, when you recognize one of the hidden symbols flashed on your screen, when you feel the pull of psychological influence and you stop, and you question it, you are exploiting that flaw. You are breaking the loop. Each occult ritual performed by Project Eve relies on your unconscious participation. The mind control only works if you are asleep. Every time you recognize the manipulation, every time you see a headline and question the dark agenda behind it, you are striking a blow against the entire system. You are reclaiming your sovereignty. These conspiracies thrive on apathy, on the assumption that no one is paying attention. Your attention, your conscious, awakened mind, is the one variable their algorithms cannot predict and cannot control. This truth is the forbidden knowledge they fear the most, that the machine is not perfect, and that the human soul is not a program. The whole structure, this invisible prison, is built on a foundation of our agreement. The real question is, now that you know the crack exists, how many will be brave enough to look? How many will dare to stop scrolling and start seeing? You are still here. You watched. You listened. You didn't click away when the truth became uncomfortable. You didn't let the algorithm distract you with another piece of meaningless content. This means you are one of the ones who dares to see. The very fact that you reached this final moment is an act of defiance. It is the proof that the awakening is real and it is happening inside you. The mind control, it is failing. You can feel it, can't you? The world looks different. The shadows on the wall, the glow of the screen, it all feels changed. Because you have changed. This revelation is a key, but it is useless if you are the only one who holds it. Now, we must find the others. We must send a signal, a flare, to let the other awakened minds know they are not alone in this digital wilderness. Go to the comments section below and write a simple, symbolic phrase, a code between us. Write, "I see the signs." Just those 4 words. It is a quiet declaration, a permanent marker that you have broken the psychological influence that you have seen behind the curtain. And as you do, add your own observation. Have you noticed them? The strange, repetitive, hidden symbols in logos, in movies, in global campaigns. Have you felt that sudden, synthetic wave of emotion, that manipulation, while scrolling through your feed? Share what you have seen. Your testimony is not just a comment, it is a piece of evidence. It is a thread that helps us all weave the larger picture of these conspiracies. Your observation could be the final link, the truth, that someone else needs to finally wake up. If this message, this forbidden knowledge, resonated with you, if it touched that deep, quiet part of your mind that always knew something was wrong, then let it be known. Press that like button. Let it be a small, silent, personal ritual, a signal, not for the algorithm, but for the truth itself, an acknowledgement of the connection, the understanding that just passed between us, through the very wires the unseen used to control us. This channel, this space, it is not just a collection of videos. It is an archive, a digital sanctuary for the forbidden knowledge and revelations that secret societies and their AI partners are trying to bury, trying to erase from our collective memory. They thrive on your apathy, their dark agenda, their Project Eve. It relies on you being distracted, isolated, and afraid. The algorithm, their digital shepherd, is designed to lead you away from places like this. It does not want you to see what is coming next. By subscribing, you are not just following, you are anchoring yourself. You are creating a permanent link, a lifeline to this awakening. You are telling the machine and its masters that I will not be controlled. Activate the notification bell. It is the only way to ensure our signal, our next revelation, can cut through their noise, even when they try to jam the frequency. We must stay connected. We must stay awake. This journey is far from over. What we expose tonight, this unholy alliance of ancient codes and modern machines, this is only the first layer, the foundation of their hidden power. Now that your eyes are open, the next step is to learn how to navigate this new reality. The next transmission is already prepared. It is waiting for you. It is the next part of this continuous investigation, a path laid out for those who choose to walk it. Look for it, seek it out. It is time to move beyond seeing the mind control. It is time to learn how to dismantle it. The conspiracies are vast, but so is our collective consciousness. They have their occult rituals, and we have our open eyes. They have their shadows, and we are the light that is beginning to cast them. Stay vigilant, question everything, and remember, the truth is always hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to look.